GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced finally has gotten a release date for the PC platform, and it is going to be releasing on March 4th in just a couple of weeks. In this video, I'll be going over some of the improvements that we can expect to see when this does release, including some even exclusive to the PC version. So generally, it's just going to be bringing all of the Gen 9 content that we have on consoles now, the HSW vehicles, GTA Plus, animals in free mode and online, the new landing page that we have on the next-gen consoles, all that extra stuff is finally making its way to PC. But the interesting part about this is the technical enhancements. It's going to feature exclusive ray tracing options such as ray traced ambient occlusion and global illumination, along with the ray trace shadows and reflections which were on console, but the RT ambient occlusion and global illumination are new and exclusive to the PC version only. There's also going to be support for AI upscaling techniques like DLSS and AMD FSR because it is 2025 now and no game shouldn't have these features by default. Faster loading times using SSD and direct storage, enhanced support for higher resolutions and frame rates, DualSense Edge support with adaptive triggers, and enhanced audio with support for Dolby Atmos. Now, one thing I'm really hoping with this version is that in free mode and online, it's way more optimized for the CPU, because right now I believe it's not even using all of your CPU cores correctly, which is probably largely in part due to the game being made for really old CPUs back in 2015. So I'm really hoping that when you're in a public session with a bunch of other players, the game's performance doesn't just dramatically shit the bed like it does now. And as you can imagine, with all these new additions and changes, the system requirements are also changing. So here is a chart for the system requirements after this version releases. Really, the spec requirements are not that heavy. The 3060 at this point is 2 generations old and is on the lower end in terms of graphical performance, even when it did release back then, while the recommended CPU is even older than the 3060. With that being said, though, these requirements are still a pretty big step up from the current system requirements for GTA 5, which you can see here. The recommended graphics card is one with 2 GB of VRAM, so it's a big step up from that. However, I think most people that have a gaming PC these days probably will meet these new system requirements just fine if your PC isn't more than 8 years old and you haven't done any upgrades since then. Now, the thing that most people are going to want to know here is how does this work with the current PC version of the game? How is this upgrade going to be handled? Well, this new version is essentially going to be just a new instance, as they like to put it. So it looks like you'll still be able to play the old version of PC GTA 5 if for some reason your PC doesn't meet these new requirements. However, you're not going to be able to play with the people who are on the newer version, much like how it is now with E&E on consoles. You can't play with people who are running the Xbox One version of the game. And the really good news is that if you already own the game on PC, then this upgrade is going to be entirely free, which obviously is good news. Because for the longest time, people were going back and forth on whether or not this would be a free upgrade or a paid upgrade. And you'll also be able to migrate your story mode and online progress over to the new version, so it sounds more and more likely that this is just going to be a new game download entirely. By the way they worded on the Newswire, it looks like you're going to be able to switch between the old and new version whenever you want. So if you have mods on the old version or a modded game, then it's not going to completely be gone and ruined when this new version comes out. Now, at the end of the Newswire, they also detail the incoming Oscar Guzman Flies Again missions by saying, stay tuned for more information on the Rockstar Newswire, including details on the latest new update for gtaonline coming next month, featuring some sky-high illicit revenue opportunities from an old contact, Oscar Guzman, which is speculated to release the first week of March, and it might even come out the same day that the Expand Enhanced on PC does on March 4th. But make no mistake, this isn't a brand new DLC update. This is just going to be releasing probably what's left in the drip feed. Much like how they introduced the Cluckenbell farm raid. It was like a mini drip feed update, but not an actual DLC update. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. I'll have one on the event week a little bit later also. I just want to make this one first because I think this info is a bit more important than just the mid-event week, you know? Let me know your thoughts on PC Expand Enhanced in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to my channel for more gtaonline content. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.